The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Past the 30 to the 31.
He was brought down by Will.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Block now on first down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
One across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons, 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
A 3-yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Prescott from the gun on third. It is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. The carrier is complete. Unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And again this time to the tailback. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 36.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They go play action here on first down. That's going to be caught by Judy. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos will extend their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 0-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Lions nothing.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup for 1st and 10. And he's able to plow forward out to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down and 4.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will handle 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get his running game going.
On 2nd down, Swift. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and long for Prescott. The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Moody.
Well, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Locke. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Broncos 21, Lions nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for
After
Denver.
the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott off play action. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Swift. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Prescott. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Swift. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he will have a first down as they're in the field goal range now at the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Here's 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
And incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Final play of the half. Prescott. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. An touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Good
start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
To kick off for Denver.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting him to shreds.
Yeah, you'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
For the running back.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
At the 47-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Swift. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Now Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
At the 23-yard line.
First down, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, and a Lion first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
This is Swift on the counter. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7. As they begin this drive, first and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back out at Ford Field. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to work. And he's got this down to the 35. Denver has the first down, to play going for 15 yards.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to second and 4. lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Locke. He'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. And that big fourth-quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they send a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Mike Badgley set to kick off.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken in the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Clock now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us
to the 2-minute warning.
Brought down.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
First down, Denver.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going to give this time to the tailback. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
For the running back.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
3rd down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Lock. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 39-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through.
Is good.
And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
27.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive. 12 yards.
Gain of 12. First down, Broncos.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular, oh my goodness, they can go all day. And in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.
So for Denver, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
special, right? I ain't got time